I needed to do a follow-up to the video that I just put up. To make myself clear, I left Pennsylvania, and yes, I did go back the second time around, because there's something deep within me that I just needed to be sure. Just needed to be sure. And I found myself, I was sure. So I got in my car and I drove back to where I live, 19 hours away. I have to say that I ended up staying this second time around in Pennsylvania, but my sister put me up in a hotel for a week. The original plan was for me to fly back where I live and have my brother. My brother said he'd fly there back to Philadelphia and get my car. But I had an epiphany. I'm like, I had said the first time I drove 19 hours that's something I would never do again. A woman traveling alone, it's just not. But then again, a woman does what she needs to do. I don't know, is this something, I don't know, you just do what you need to do. And so that Friday, I was supposed to catch a flight the next day, Saturday night at 10 p.m. And it hit me, you're going to have to pay for all this parking for your car, and your brother's getting out of his comfort zone, and, and I don't like to bother nobody. I don't like, and then it came to me. You're going to have to do it again. You're going to have to do it again. And so I did. And my car, this time, I had my shit. And, oh, Lord, I said I wasn't going to, I had my stuff, all right? Y'all going to have to work with me with these words and this cursing and stuff. But anyway, my car was piled up with my shit. And literally, over here, the passenger side was all the way up to the ceiling. The back was all the way up. The back seat was loaded. The truck was loaded. And, I just had this little room right here in the driver's seat to drive home. So, I did it. So I wanted to make myself clear. But I got to talk about my sister. My sister, just without hesitation, put me up in a room, in a hotel. And it was so, she had found this one hotel, and on the internet, it was very deceiving. It was called the Waterfront. And it was very deceiving. They had pictures and everything. And so I was trying to find it, put it in my Google, and I found it. I'm like, this sign says Waterfront. And I pulled up in there, and I'm like, okay, I see the Hilton Gardens over here. Where the fudge is the Waterfront? And so the Hilton Gardens was right here. So I had to drive down this back alley. And then so I pulled up to this little whatever, and that was the Waterfront. And so I got out and went in, and when I, was talking to the lady at the desk, there's this black guy. He come in, or I should say, he was at the desk, and he got done. And then I started talking to the lady. And so I'm noticing, he kind of standing around, whatever. And when I got done, as soon as I got done talking to the lady, because I was just asking her question, he said to me, I have another bed, an empty bed. I heard, I have another bed. I'm like, huh? I said, no, thank you. And I got on the phone with my sister. I said, I can't stay there. She had no idea it was like it was. Okay, Lynn. And then so she proceeded to get on the phone. Well, at that particular time, I thought, well, let me go next door to Hilton Garden. And so I went next door, and they're like, how much is it? $189 a night. Okay, thank you. That wasn't happening. And so, but when I came outside, The guy was still, he's like, are you coming? Huh? Excuse me? I said, no. And then I realized the next day, oh, that's how women do that. Prostitutes, I guess I should just say it, And I'm like, yeah, so I don't recommend, people traveling alone. But again, you do what you got to do. And so my sister found a reputable place for me to stay, for a whole week. And then I left that Friday. I couldn't hardly wait till Friday came. This time it wasn't going to be any wasted time. I spent a whole day going nowhere before. I made sure I hit highway miles. Man, I hit that highway and I did the damn thing. So again, in my previous videos, I said that I fell for, the niceties, and it was extremely nice. But moving forward, nothing moves me. Nothing. It just will not move me. Man, sure, do what you do. Be nice to me. And that's a given. But I'm not gonna be like, I never had anyone to do me like that. So what? So what if you never had anyone? Okay, he's doing you like that now. Just don't get all bent out of shape because somebody's doing for you or giving you something that you never had. All right. So just want to make that video, making it clear. It's Memorial Day. Go eat this barbecue and go to the gravesite and see my dad. I don't normally do that, but I'm going to do it since my sister is here from Texas.